Now we can like now triangle. 1 second. We can do what Kendrick is playing, the clave with one hand. They hit together. Great. Does that feel good?
Yeah.
You know, it's that simple. It's that. If you're playing the drum set, you can throw that kick drum on 4. It's just what the congas do, you know. And if you watch, you know, this is dance music. You know, in Cuba it's dance music. If you watch the dancers down there, they dance on 4. If you watch, you have to be in that scene. It's really beautiful because it all goes really with the rhythm, you know. It's beat 4. It's such a big thing. That's why a lot of people. I remember when I first started playing music out here, people, you know, American people would go like, "Oh yeah, well nobody plays 1," you know. And well, you know, you feel the 1. We played out in 4 and et cetera, et cetera. You know, so this is the kind of like how do you say that? Like if we combine everything, like everything that went on, you know, from when the slave trade and the Spaniards and the French and all these people, everything on the island, it's in the island and everything is doing this. It's like New Orleans. Cuba is like New Orleans. If you guys been to New Orleans, it's the connection to down there, you know. And this whole thing is because of all the cultures. So if we go back, I mean, this is a little bit of a historical thing. If we go back before this ensemble happened, because this is when we're all mixed now. We're like in the island playing music. Before that, you had Africans that came that were Yorubas, that was from West Africa, from Nigeria, Benin, that area. Hey, you had Bantus, who are from the Congo. They brought the drum. In the Congo, there's a drum called ngoma, and it kind of looks like the Congo drum, with no keys and stuff. Of course, you know, it's just like, you know, a drum. And the other ones were the Abakwa and Yanjigos that were from what is called now Burkina Faso. Used to be called the Upper Volta. They brought this. Okay, so the Yorubas brought a drum called the bata. Anybody seen what that drum is? Anybody checked that out before? The bata drum, for the guys that never seen it, comes from Africa, goes to Cuba. In Africa, he's playing in an ensemble of 6 players, 6 drums. The drums going from like this little to one is so long that you have to play with a strap. You can't reach the head. Somehow in Cuba, it got watered down to 3. The other 3 drums disappeared, and they play. And if you hear what we were just playing, there's beats that are bata beats that you kind of hear, oh, that kind of sounds like, you know, is it all? And so you can just put together, if you think of back in the day, here's slave quarters, and here's a Yoruba, and here's a Bantu man, different language. They can't talk to each other. There's an Abakwa guy, Onyayo, they can't talk to each other. And you got the Spaniard, you know, the white guy, the Spanish guy, or the French guy, you know. And they're starting to like, these Africans in the island, for some reason that unlike here, with the exception of New Orleans, they were allowed to play. There was an actual day, just like in New Orleans, there was Congo Square. In Cuba, there was a certain day where they were allowed to play. Yeah, a lot of people don't know this. I learned this. Dizzy Gillespie told me this. Wow. He's the one that I met Dizzy a long time ago. And he said, man, where you from? I said, I'm from Cuba. He says, man, you don't know how lucky you are to let you play. I said, what? So I started looking into the stuff, and that's really what happened. That's why you see the difference between New Orleans is where people could play good drum to other parts of the United States. Well, Cuba, it's all like people could play. So these guys, we're now like all together here. We're from different nations. Well, man, I got this drum, and you got that beat, and I got this other beat. I play like this. Well, we played on this drum, and you can see how the stuff just got mixed like that. And then this, maybe the son of the Spanish landowner came in and said, you guys can make it rain with a drum beat? Go ahead, play. I mean, maybe. I don't know what happened. And he liked to sing flamenco. is from Spain. So he started singing. If you listen to Guaguancó, it's a combination of Africa with the flamenco singer. You know, that's basically the thing. So we just checked out the Abacua or Ñáñigo rhythm, which is the clave. But we haven't checked out the Yorubas yet. The Yorubas have that thing, but if we took, they play 3 drums, and it's a beautiful thing that happens between these 3 drums that just kind of does this. One drum we play simply this. One, if you count it in 4 or 6, however you like. I count it in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The other drum goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So yeah, tula, tila, 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 tila. The third drum plays boom, ba, boom, ah, exactly. Somebody play. The sound is right. So one more time. Oh yeah, you would. What were you doing? Oh yeah, boom. Yeah. So right. Now you play what I'm playing. Downbeat with Kendrick.
that are now missing, were they playing completely different parts, or what were they doing? The other three bata.
The other three well, you were playing, which is actually the large bata. The largest one is called a ya. That was your part. He was playing the small one. Oh, you mean the other three?
The other three that are missing now.
I don't know. We gotta go to Nigeria and find out. Cause I just know the Afro-Cuban.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Afro-Cuban way. But I know there's 6, and I've heard some recordings, you know. But man, you can't. By the way, these drums are actually. You ever seen them? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're 2-headed drums, and they're 2-sided, right? So, and they play like this. So if we have 3 people, you have now 6 notes. It gets trippy, right? So imagine with 6 people, it's like a whole, you know. And we're playing it very simple now, because like, remember I was playing tila, tila, and then the style kind of broke off into a little variations through all these things. And it gets nuts. I don't know. That's a good question, man. I would love to. Yeah, I would like to find.
Maybe if some of y'all haven't seen bata, the head sizes are different on each side. So yeah.
Yeah, the small head is called cha-cha. The large head is called inu. And it's beautiful. It's a family. The child, tila, tila, tila. Then the father plays in this rhythm that we're playing, it's called cha-cha la bafun. And this rhythm is, you know, the child plays ila, 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 ila. The father plays, and that drum is called itotele or omele, which is the medium drum. And the mom, the female, is the iya, which plays in this particular rhythm. So you got kind of like what we were doing. And in that ensemble, the boss is the leader is the large drum, is the female. So for the ladies, you'll be happy to hear that. You guys are in charge. Yeah, and it's the lowest pitch. It's the largest drum and it's the lowest pitch. That one is the highest pitch, and the only one is in between. Tuning is really important, and you know when we have the right, then it really sounds great. Now you can make a generalization when you are playing Afro-Cuban 6/8, because you know this is not just all she's gonna do. You know what I mean? You know, she'll do little variations, and her variation actually tells the totale player that he has to do a variation. This is a very complicated kind of a thing. But basically, it's nobody's really soloing, but you're in the large drum, the female is in charge and is sort of ad-libbing in a way. Goes wherever it wants to go. So in all the 6/8 Afro-Cuban beats, if we play awakwa or play other stuff, the lowest pitch drum is the solo drum. Now, which is all these beats are like, you can call them religious, you know, African religious drums, beats. In 4/4, which is when we take it out to the street, we're now not anymore worshiping certain gods or whatever they're doing, and we're in the street playing wawanko. The solo drum, the one that lives, is the highest pitch. That's just like in general. But I'm telling you this kind of stuff is just so, and showing you this, like these kind of rhythms, how this stuff kind of works, is because it's all in the phrasing. You know, you can hear somebody sit on a set of drums and play, you know, in a salsa groove or Cuban groove or whatever, and play a solo. And he may have the fastest hand in the world and know all the random cues and all the stuff and all the great, super difficult elements and do super hard stuff that all the famous drummers do, whatever. And he may be saying nothing, because you have to have the right phrasing. It's all about the phrasing, and you should study listen to bata and listen to abakwa music, because that's where the phrasing comes from. When you hear like a timbale player goes out there and like It just plays ring, gong, ring, gong, 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 ding, and it's in the right spot. Oh, it sounded great. Like I remember watching Amadito Valdez is the Buena Vista Social Club. You guys heard of that group? The guy that played timbales with Buena Vista. He's now like 70 years old. He's an old dude, man. Skinny, frail cat. And I saw him play a timbale solo, and it was just like. And Quincy Jones was it was down in the old conga room down in L.A. And I remember where I was, I could see Quincy, and Quincy was just like. And this cat was like, if he played a double stroke roll, it was too much. You know what I mean? But it's just where you put it. And you get that from playing this music, these beats, and studying these rhythms and studying this music. You know? Let's play another beat. This other beat comes from the tribe that brought the clave. It's really simple, but it's just the music the singing of it is beautiful. And let's see how we're gonna do. And you're gonna play. Let's see. One person plays. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And somebody else plays just downbeat. Yeah. Play this. No. You're not with us. Confusing to you think that's the downbeat. Yeah. That's not the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And it's in 6, so you go 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 2 and 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, bang, 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 1, bang, 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 bang. That's the ticket. That's the thing. When you know, you guys know Miguelito? You guys all met?
Yeah.
Who?
You know, Miguelito, Miguel? Yeah, you know.
Oh, Lita.
Miguelito went down to Cuba and he came back, you know, and he studied all these things. So when he comes back over here, it's you gotta know that it's a whole blend of, you know, just like everything else. Learn everything. But in Cuban music, call it salsa, whatever, this is the mix. The Yoruba guys with this, the Abacuas playing this thing, the rumberos playing out in the street, and it's like just killing. You guys cool with that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, one more time. You said
As-
yeah, you said
Abacuá.
How do you spell that?
ABAQUA.
But you said it was like a Bantu, or you said
No, Abacuas are, the Bantus are from the Congo. They're the ones that brought the Congo.
oh okay.
The Congo drum. And they also play something. The Abacuas are playing this beat we're playing now. You might have heard the word ñañigo. You ever heard that?
Ñáñigo, yes.
It's the same thing.
As Abacuá?
Yeah.
Oh.
So like, you know, Art Blakely and them guys, man, they heard, you know, he used to, I read some stuff about it. He mentions the word ñañigo, you know. They heard it.
Wow.
You know, and it's the same thing as Abacuá. It's just like down in Cuba, it's more, I guess it's more pure over there. They call themselves Abacuás. You know, I don't know where the word ñañigo came in from, but it's the same relation. And that's the beat.
And I'm sorry, and the third was Abacuá, Bantu.
Yoruba.
Oh,
Yoruba.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. You know, Benin and Nigeria, the part of West Africa is like. You ever heard of Angelique Kidjo?
Yeah, I played on one of her records.
Yeah, me too. She's a good friend of mine. Angelique
Wait,
is.
did you play on Oyo?
I played on one that was a long, long time ago.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Oh,
you know how you layer something and
yeah,
you
oh,
never
no.
meet the people on the record.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff I worked on, she was here in L.A., and her daughter was like a baby, Naima, who's now like, I don't know if you know that,
I don't
you
know
know,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Angelique is from Benin.
Yeah.
So her and me, you know, when we met, we hooked up, and I'm just amazed because I've never been to Benin. Her stuff, I mean, she knows all about the whole Yoruba thing. You know, and that's where it's from.
Yeah.
You know, Yorubas. The record I played on, man, with her is one of her first records that she did out here. 'Cause I
Okay.
never even heard of her back then. Yeah. Speaking of that, I'm nominated for a Grammy this year, and so is she in the same category
Oh, killing.
on world music. Yeah.
Wow.
So I got a Grammy nomination, and she's gonna be there, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's gonna be great. She's my buddy. I hope I win though.
Yeah.
So if we were like, if you notice, I think you were playing. It's almost the same thing I was having you guys do at the beginning.
So great.
It's just where, and you were playing the clave. You were having a little bit of a thing trying to get it. It's because
Yeah.
it's when we were playing here, you gotta feel it more like in a triplet kind of a. But if you feel it, if you go back to that, it all hits. You're hitting it somewhere in there.
Yeah.
It's all in there. Like in Peru, where they play this cajon, Peru Negro. They you know, the Africans, man, but they got over down there. They got a box. They didn't have a drum. Somebody made up this thing, and they play clave. Pa 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 pa. See, she's playing 4, and I'm playing 6, kind of, but not really, because it's just one. It's right here. Let's go. And you can play. ta, tipa, tipa, tipa. You can play this, whatever you want. Ah, you want to play for us? Yeah. Ah, you play, whatever you want to play. It's cool, right?
When somebody's playing the shaker, is there a difference between playing the and the is there like this is the standard
Right. Or if it get more full, or if it's more of a full pattern, or it depends on right now we don't have the the correct exact drums for the abacua or the, so we're kind of playing like a hybrid, a mixture of all kinds of stuff. So in really authentic drumming, there are things where it's only like that, like a downbeat, like in Wawanko. Like in rumba, let's say, it's only, it's they can do this, or can you play the clap, please? Rumba clap. That's if you're gonna play that. If you have a shakere or something, if it gets to the chorus, you can go. And move it more. But, for example, in real traditional things, like if you were playing an abacua thing, there's no shaker.
Oh, okay.
It's only metal. It's a con, which is it'd be a bell.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're playing the Yoruba stuff, there is shaker, but in that case, it's a shakere. And that one, in that traditional thing, they play the 6/8 clave with the shakere. I don't have a shakere, but it will play, so they would be playing like. You know what I'm saying? That's what we get really traditional. If we get out of the tradition and we're playing on a record, or we're playing with Angelique or whatever, if it feels like it should be more full, it's okay.
Wow. Okay.
But when you're like in the tradition thing, then you gotta.
That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
It's the same as
Yeah.
that.
And
It is the same thing.
if you really want to get even deeper than that, when you're playing
That's how they really do it.
the rhythms that we're playing on bata, you're not supposed to play an open instrument. So you can only play what is called an achere. It has to be closed, like this. You play this. You don't play.
Wow.
But
that's a part of the that's a part of the
Part of the-
spiritual.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
spiritual part of it.
Yeah, we're now.
What's
yeah.
the reason for that? For only having a closed instrument?
Well,
So the
I
spirits
don't know
can't get in
exactly
there,
why,
or-
but the batas are closed instruments.
Yeah.
So no open instrument we play with them. They don't play a cowbell.
I never thought about it.
Yeah, I mean you're really now getting into like real traditional, real, which you should know. I mean, we learn how to walk by crawling. We should learn how people are crawling first. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
know that the root. So, in the Yoruba tradition, which is when they practice Santeria and things like that, and they do the toques, it's the three guys playing the three añas, the real batas that have been gone through ceremonies and everything. That drum itself is actual. They look at it as a deity, as a god.
Yeah.
You don't play an open instrument with that. You have to play what they call an achere, which is a maraca. It has to be closed. And that's one way sometimes of catching something's going on. You see some people, they're playing batalla, they're playing the shakere. They don't really know what's up.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, it's just, we're talking traditional. Then if we played the Yoruba groove without the batas, a Yoruba thing, but it's the bata grooves translated into the congas or etc., then you can play the shakere and play, take the sickle. That it's just this beat. You know how to play that? Yeah. So if we have let me borrow that for a second. You yeah. This is your part. Yeah. This is Yoruba, but on what we call auricular, which is on drums that are not bata. Then we will play a shakere. Chaka 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 chaka. Let's play that.
What?
Yeah, man.
I'll use that one.
Yeah, you.
Until James can do that.
So you're playing. I forgot your name.
Amy.
Amy, play. Beep up, beep up, beep up, beep up, beep up.
Oh, high, low, or
Low, high. No, the other way.
oh, wait.
That's Peruvian.
So hit 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's get this thing going. Let's get Kendrick on.
How do I hold this? Do I just leave it?
Yeah, just play softly.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1. His left hand is 1, 2, 3.
Sorry.
What you gonna play? You go tupa, tupa, tupa. You play. Tupa, 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 tupa.
No. Oh. How do I get backwards?
This is the boss right there. So now. Two. Yeah. Yeah. Go for it. Yeah. We need a downbeat. No, we like a This thing, I'm gonna blow your mind. It goes like. Now, remember Herbie Hancock Headhunter? Booty?
Wow.
Boo beep, boo beep, boo beep, boo beep, boo beep, boo beep. That's Bill Summers.
Yeah.
Bill Summers plays bata.
Oh.
That's an okonkolo part. The okonkolo is a small drum. It's an okonkolo part,
Wow.
and he just did it with bottles. You know, it's on the record. You know, it's like boo beep, boo beep, boo beep, boo beep. And it goes from like it's faster, so it's going. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's that thing.
What is that instrument called that he played it on? Or I mean, originally,
He-
the bata.
It's played originally in bata drum,
Oh, bata. Okay.
but Bill Summers didn't. It's in the
On
intro.
bottles.
Is it Chameleon? No.
No, it's
Watermelon Man.
Watermelon Man.
Right, Watermelon Man. He's playing on a bottle, but it's a bata part.
That's killing.
Yeah.
Never knew that.
A lot of people don't know that. That's like a trivia thing there. Good? What do you guys think? You got any questions or anything?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to. So, is that like the four and the duple and the triple thing always sort of existing at the same time? Is there like like the, I don't know how to really express it, but like those two, are there any sort of rules for when it's better to feel it that way or this way, or just kind of follow the dancer or the singer?
Oh man, you know.
Because they're always both there, but it maybe, I don't know, it seems like to me.
Well, follow the music. You know,
Yeah.
what everybody else is playing. I mean, worry about the dancers later.
Word.
But basically, it's as long as you know where this is,
Mhm.
what we're playing, where the pulse is, you're free. If everybody in the ensemble knows what's happening, are just as conscious of it as you, then you can go towards, you know, pulling it back. It feels like it's 6. You can go to 4. You know, that's the thing. But we all have to. That's where it gets crazy, because you could be in a 5-piece, you know, on a 4-piece, and maybe the drummer doesn't know much about that.
Mm.
He hasn't really experienced it, so it won't work. But if you guys, all 4 of you, know what's going on, like, you know, I have a little 5-piece Afro-Cuban ensemble, man. We just play straight up like cachao tunes, you know, descargas, and
Yeah.
just for fun. You know what cachao is, right? We play all that stuff. We can go from 4 to 6 like nothing. Like it just got dark. Like it just happens. And go back. And everybody just knows where to go. You know. And it's because this is what everybody knows is this. You know. It's the ball. If she's playing, if I hear her play, you know, that's this to me.
This is the one that I have a problem with.
Oh, the slow one?
Yeah.
Try it. You can go 4/4 from that. Because remember, yeah. Give me a second. Kendrick, play the clave for a second. So, right? So you're gonna go. We're like in 6/8, right? I mean, in that. And I can go. once you feel that, that's right here.
Yeah. It's just such a powerful transition though when it happens.
I know, it's beautiful.
But I mean, a lot of people don't talk about this is the root of swing, like the
Right.
the
Yeah,
feeling
yeah.
of swing. That's what's happening. When you hear like some good swing, that's what you hear. That makes it like, oh,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah.
It's all related, you know, it's all, and it all came from the same place, man. It's just where it went,
Right.
you know. You know, look at we're in the United States, so is the drum set, you know. I mean, really, if you go back, I don't know, let's go back 100 years or something, you know, you go to the island of Cuba, you don't see a drum set, you don't see a snare drum, really. I mean, maybe if it was a military band or something, you know, you saw guys doing this. You know, Brazil, the same thing, you know. Peru, you saw men not having a drum making a box, and they started playing that cajon. You know. But you come here, and you see, with the exception of New Orleans, you know, the origin. Yeah. It comes from. So it's just all where it went. It's beautiful, you know. But we all got this right here.
Yeah.
It's all right there. La bomba.
I wanted to ask, all of these guys are composers, up and coming composers, and kind of the perspective that you have as a percussionist and things that you've seen playing with, because you've played with many great composers, and also things that you're seeing recently, like you were talking about Miguel and how he writes now and things. I always wanted to ask people, like, what are the things that you listen to now that you go like, wow, that's really cool, we should do more of that, or things that you really connect with that you're like, this is cool, maybe check this guy out or check something out.
Yeah, man.
Or maybe from history or modern day guys that you kind of dig. Or.
Yeah, I mean, there's new blood all over the place. Always new guys, you know. And you talk to those guys. All those guys went and listened to all the. They come from listening to all traditional players. Like, I mean, if piano players, there's a guy named Peruchin. This is way back. This is going back to the 50s.
Yeah, y'all should like this thing.
Yeah.
These ones?
Peruchin, Peruchin. You can find something of him, so maybe in iTunes. I don't know, you know. And there's another piano player named Ruben Gonzalez, who was the guy that played with Buena Vista. He came out in Buena Vista. By the time he was Buena Vista, he was already he was senile. A lot of people don't know it. A lot of those
Really?
times, yeah.
He wasn't.
He was almost like there, not there.
When he was
just bringing-
playing on that.
and he was playing his ass off.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
I don't know if you know the story. When they went to do the Buena Vista Social Club,
Yeah.
that record was a collaboration with Ry Cooder. He was bringing some West African musicians to Cuba because of the connection, and some Cuban musicians. And when he got to Cuba, the Africans never showed up. Something happened. Whatever happened, never showed up. So he's there. He said, "Well, we're here. Might as well record something." He runs in. He meets this other guy, and this guy, and they put this thing together. And Ruben Gonzalez, they brought him in to play the piano because he's one of the originals of playing those patterns and those tumbaos, right? Yeah. And Ruben, after the story goes, after he would finish the recordings, he would stay in the studio. I mean, they're sweeping the floor and stuff, and he's just playing the piano.
Wow.
Beside him being a little already starting to get a little senile, to not having a piano, because he was living in Cuba and he didn't have a piano, to get a chance to play again. It was incredible. That's the story with him.
He didn't have a piano.
He didn't have a piano in Cuba. You know, Cuba's all that scene. Yeah. So he didn't have a piano. This is one of the greats, you know. So I mean, I suggest you listen to some of that stuff. Listen to Cachao. Cachao. For Afro-Cuban music. This Cachao was a famous bass player. He's actually the guy that actually introduced the word mambo into music. Yeah. When he used to arrange, he was an arranger for Arcaño y su Maravilla. Anyway, there's 7 albums that he did. They're called Cachao, in jam sessions, and that's in YouTube on iTunes. They have like I think for $10 you can get like 40 of the songs or something.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And he's got the greats of that moment. The way what they did was in some people from RCA in the 50s went to Havana and contacted him, and they said, look, we want to do like a jam session record, put it together, and they would go after the shows in the clubs and the cabarets. They recorded all that stuff at 2 in the morning all night.
Jesus.
And those were like Tata Winners, Don Conga, Barreto, the pioneers. This is my mentors, man. The guys I listen to, like, there's some brilliant stuff. That's the thing for you to listen to. Check out Cachao.
Tata Winners is OG.
Tata Winner was the conga player on that record.
Dick.
When you listen to these things, man, the congas, the solos, they're so musical. All the solos, the whole thing was just so musical. But this conga player, man, was just like, it's just incredible. Just like Elvin and those guys. Those guys be like, Elvin was playing,
Oh man, he was.
come on.
He was deep.
Yeah. I mean, it was back, So,
I just love watching Tata Winners videos where he just has those nails.
Yeah.
Just those
Yes.
legendary nails, man. They gave him at least an inch out.
yeah,
They're so strong. I mean, like.
yeah. He was just amazing. So, Cachao is a great arranger. And then Chucho Valdez. Check out the band Irakere. That was Chucho's band. That's Chucho's band. The original Irakere.
Okay.
And that band, it's great if you can, you know about it, huh? Because back in the day, Cuba and the communists and all this thing, and for a while, when I was a boy, it was against the law. You couldn't listen to like American music and jazz and stuff like that. A lot of people don't realize that at the very beginning. Yeah. So Chucho Valdez, they were the rhythm section and some of the horn players of the National the National Orchestra of Modern Music of Cuba. There was this big orchestra in Havana. Chucho was there, one of the arrangers and the pianist, and the other guys that you see in Irakere were the rhythm section, and Arturo and Paquito, those guys were in the horn section. They would finish rehearsals and they would stay. They wanted to swing. They were playing swing, man. They were beboppers, man. They were like, yeah. And the government, the police or whatever, they hear that stuff, they come in there, hey, you can't be playing this stuff. You guys gonna get in trouble. That's why this band happened. So what they do, they get this band, they start rehearsing, but they start adding batas, conga, they start using some of the Yoruba and Awakwa Bantu chants into their song. Listen to those records now. That's what that is. And it's a soup. It's like, they're blowing,
Yeah.
but they sort of like, the word is disfrazar. Chucho told me that. It's like, when you dress up to be somebody else.
Disguise.
Yeah, we dress up in disguise. We wanted to play jazz, but they don't let us. Well, we're going to disguise the music with all this stuff here and still blow. And what happened was like a phenomenon. It was like, what? Look what happened. This is incredible. So those are people I listen to. I listen to a lot of drumming. I listen to, but I listen to stuff from all over the world, man. I live in Peru and India and Africa. And Mama D. Caíta. You ever heard of that? Mama D. Caíta is one of the master djembe players in history. He's still around. He's living in San Diego now, actually. Huh?
Mama D. Caíta?
Mama D. Yeah. Dudu Ndia Rose.
Yeah.
That's another bad boy.
Mama D, how you spell his last name?
Keita.
Oh, okay.
Keita.
Is that
It's like Salif Caíta,
Salif? Is that
but they're not related.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's Mama D. Mama D was the principal djembe drummer of the National Ballet of Guinea. So, boy, he's ridiculously bad. And it's all that drumming you hear, because if you experience the African drumming, it's it's just. I've had a chance to play with Dudu in Europe. Yeah, man. And I tell you, it's a whole. I can't say. I don't know what to say. I can't explain it to you. It's just a whole other. But it's like raw. You know, he had like 40 drummers. Some of his wives. You know the whole story with him.
Wives.
Yeah, his women and men. And some of his. Everybody's related to him. He's got like 40 wives and 1,000 kids and all this. Yeah, Dudu. Yeah, and it's just over the top. But then how we met was I was with an ensemble called the World Drummers Ensemble, which is the thing they put together in Amsterdam, and they wanted 4 drummers from different worlds to play together. You know, as part of the thing. See what happens. So Dudu was there with his drum troupe, and he was one of the soloists in our 4-piece. Myself, Bill Bruford, yeah, and Chad Wackerman was the other cat. Peter Erskine was supposed to come, but he couldn't make it, so brought Chad Wackerman. So when we meet Dudu, Bill Bruford goes, well, I wonder if he's gonna, he's a little bit like, I wonder if he's gonna be able to play all compositions, that kind of a thing. I go like, dude, because they never heard of him. They never knew. I knew who he was. They never heard of him. I go, dude, just. And sure enough, we had a thing. It was like in 9 or something like that. The Bill Bruford thing in 9, right? So, dude makes the whole explanation through the interpreter. It was funny. He goes, well, we're gonna play our piece now. If you feel free, if you want to join in and play, please do. But if you don't feel like playing, it's okay. One of these things. And he goes, Dudu just goes, oh, Taco, okay. He's a gentle, little, old, skinny dude. We started playing, and he played. And he knew where it was. And he don't know how to count a song. This guy can go, okay, let's play. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. He just goes. He doesn't know what 7/4 is, 4/4, 3/2, triplets, whatever. It's just right here. So I try to listen to everybody, man.
Thank you.
Everybody. So I think it's getting cold, isn't it?
Yeah.
What time
Thank
is
you so much.
So we good? Everybody happy?
Thank you.
Hopefully you got something out of this, man. And just keep.
Hey, if they did, I did.
Yeah. All right, let's see. What's mine? I'm gonna put it back. You got my maraca over there, my brother?
Yep, this is the house.
Mine, that's mine.
What?
No.
Made me nervous, Victor.
This area?
Hey.
Harry, is this yours? Look at this chair, but.
Kendrick, how long you been here, man? Oh, man.
Yeah, I've been here.
I'm glad I called you.
Yeah, it was so nice to meet you.
I like to take with Norman, man.
Yes, sir.
You're living in the city, right?
Yeah, I'm in Harlem.
Yeah. My brother, how you doing, man?
Very well, how you doing?
Great seeing you, man.
Good to see you too.
Haven't seen you in
It's been a
it's been a little bit. Last time I saw you, it might have been a year.
It's been a year, I think.
Yeah, because I went to. Let's see. Oh, thank you, brother. Is that it, guys? I
think
went
that's
to
it.
that New Year's Eve thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then you did a thing at Mission Jazz too, right?
Where?
You did a class with us, right? Like last year.
Oh, that's the last time I saw you.
Yeah.
Was the class? When was that?
It's like January, like sometime like around this time.
So there you go. It's a year ago.
It's a year ago exactly.
All right, thank you. Hello. Good, how are you? Fuck.
That even for school, just like go there for like.
Hey, GoPro.
That's good. Thank you, Delta. I just wanted to see what angle you got. Can I like go in there and fix my hair really quick?
Yeah. Don't get it too flat. Give me a little frizz so we can get lights going through it.
Okay,
No,
okay.
just a tiny bit, just
Yeah,
so we can get a halo.
Just
Yeah.
touching it up, yeah.
We're doing live shortly?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, let's clean the thing out. We're gonna spend the next 10 minutes trying to light you guys properly. Jack, we're gonna put some X marks on the floor for horn players, okay? We're gonna put some X marks on the floors for the preferred spots for you to stand.
Oh, cool.
Do we know which tunes we're workshopping in the live
We're gonna take volunteers.
stream? Okay.
So maybe you should move your chair